What's poppin', my lyrical heads? Welcome to another episode of Lyrical Minds. My name is Ease. Today, I get to chop it up with one of the hottest things coming out of the 702, Jamar Anthony. What's poppin', my guy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Just straight chilling. Before we get in the meat and the potatoes of everything, I just want to give a shout out to my mom and dad who got me this chair. So, shout out to Mama Dukes and Papa Bear. I also want to thank all my subscribers. Definitely appreciate y'all. And if you're a fan of myself or a fan of Jamar, definitely go down there, hit that like button. If you just want to help your boy out, go down there and hit that subscribe button. Now we can pretty much get into it, man. How you doing today?
Man, I'm fantastic, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right, man. Like I was saying earlier, it's Sunday, it's football. My Niners are playing right now, but they can wait. I got more important things trying to get after it. You feel me?
I feel that 100%, man. 100.
So, how about you tell the people a little bit about yourself, who you are and where you're from?
Well, my name is Jamar. My first name is actually Anthony, but I go by Jamar Anthony just because, um, I always liked my middle name. I felt like it was unique with the two A's, Jamaar. So, I go by that. Um, I pretty much been rapping ever since I was like 7. I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Um, and I just love music, man. I love music. Some of my favorite. Well, I'm pretty sure we're getting all that, but that's just like, to start it off pretty much.
Got you. So, when did you start doing music? You said like 6, 7. Was it with your family, right?
Yeah, and I always say like 6 or 7, but it's really been as long as I can remember. Like I never can like give an exact age because it's really been like ever since I can remember. Like
Right.
when I was really young, my dad got us a piano, and I can't even think of what age it was, but we was making songs like since a very young age. So it's really ever since I can remember, but I say 7 to, what I'm saying, just give it age.
I got you. I feel that. What music did you grow up listening to?
Well, um, my dad, he played a lot of old school, like he played a lot of Frankie Beverly, Mays,
Okay.
just like old school, like Michael Jackson. I really loved Michael Jackson. But he also played like R&B. He played a lot of like 90s R&B, like Darnell Jones, Jagged Edge, Aaliyah, you know, Genuine, like just all of these
Right.
like R&B type. And my mom, she liked a lot of Christian music, which I ended up liking too. Like, and I still use to this day to inspire me. Like, it's a person named Helen Baylor, um,
Mhm.
Kurt Franklin, a little bit of Kurt Franklin, just like a little bit of um, Donnie McClurkin, like what I'm saying. So
Okay.
yeah,
So a little bit of pretty much everything, a lot of R&B. Because
yeah,
I heard you were saying Darnell Jones and you used to sing Where I Wanna Be, and that's my shit right there. I'll be singing my
yeah.
little heart out to that song.
Word, word. Yeah.
So when was the time that you felt validated in the music you were making? When was the time where it hit and you were like, man, this is something I definitely want to do for the rest of my life?
Man, I would say I just knew it was always something that I want. Okay, that's a good question. Actually, when I was like, I had a group in church, like, cause I used to sing in the choir too. My mom was very, very much so in the church in my younger years. So, me and my best friend and his brother, which is like a brother to me too, we all formed, and my older brother, we all formed a group called the Adventist Boys to Men. And one
Okay.
time we had a performance in church, and it was just funny because my best friend, like, um somebody else was supposed to do a part like in the song, but
Mhm.
the dude, like, he was messing up the whole time. He knew he couldn't hit the high note, right? So my best, like, he's like in the middle of the performance, he's pointing at my best friend to do to hit the part. He like, hit that part, you're gonna have to hit it. And then the part comes and my
Right.
best friend just hit the part. Like, he hit the high note and the whole church went crazy. Like, everybody just went wild. And that feeling was just, it was something else. Like that's something that just really like I love this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what
Yeah.
really fall in love with that feeling of just not even knowing what's gonna happen on stage. Like magic could happen, you know, at any time. So that definitely was a part where I felt like that. A
Okay.
time,
I feel that. That sounds like a dope moment actually.
yeah.
Hitting your best friend hitting that high note, man. That's dope.
But it was like so off guard. Like we ain't practiced that or nothing. And, you know, it was hilarious. But he hit it though. He hit that note, and the church
Uh-huh.
went crazy. It was a standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment.
Did you look at him was like, bro, that came from you? Like that
Yeah, I was just like, man, man, it was something. It was something for real.
like I said, definitely a dope moment. All right, let's go back to pretty much your name, Jamar Anthony. Did you go by any other rap names?
I did, which is pretty. I'm pretty embarrassed about, but I'll still let you know. We had a group, right? The group was we outside of church. We had another group name for our other type of music. So we always had two types of music. We had the gospel. We had the, you know, the like the world music. I guess I'll call it. But
Right.
name we went by the Looney Tunes, and my rap name was Tweety Bird. I don't know why I did
You got
that,
you got to go more in detail with that big fella. Tweety
man.
bird.
I I don't know why. I just don't understand. Well, really, because when I was young, um, a lot of people used to. I had a high pitched voice. Like I didn't have no bass in my voice, so a lot of people used to, you know, clown me for that. Like I got ridiculed a lot for having a high pitched voice as a child.
Right.
So Tweety Bird, you know, Tweety Bird, he got a high pitched voice. You feel me? So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take what they clowning me for and just I'm gonna run with it. Just go with
Right.
that. That's pretty much why I ended up going with that.
Okay. All right. It makes sense. You might as well embrace what they, making fun of you. So why, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? So to me, that's nothing but respect, honestly.
Much love, man. Thank you. Yeah,
If someone was introduced to your music, what would they expect from it?
man. What would they expect? Um, just realness. I would say. I would say just realness. Like in my music, I try to keep it as real as possible, and just try to be transparent, just so I could reach somebody who may be going through the same situations that I'm going through. So that's what I would want them to expect is just realness, like 100% realness.
Big facts. And if you ever listen to his music, that's exactly what you will get, to be completely honest, because he's hella dope and he talk about real things. And trust me, we'll get into it when we get into his song Paint the Sky because there's nothing but realness in that whole entire song.
Love, man.
So I know you like boxing, man. What other hobbies that you do outside of music?
Man, that's really it. Like, I, you know, that's always like a thing. Like anybody who knows me knows that's really all I do is music. Like if I'm not working or with my sons, I like to play football with my sons, throw the football around with my two sons. I love
Right.
doing that. But other than music and like boxing, that's really it. And I really took on boxing because just to get like more discipline with myself, just to build up my
Right.
discipline, you know. But it's just always been music. I've always just really been into music.
I
That's
feel that.
that's just my life. Like I eat, sleep, and breathe music. You feel me? Not listening to music. I'm or like planning music or writing music. I'm like listening to audio books. I like to read like audio books, like on just life. If that could be a hobby, I like to read a little bit and listen to audio books, like 50 Cent's audio book, or like anybody that's in the
Yeah.
game, like those stories. Like I love hearing about hip hop stories. You know what I'm saying? I love watching documentaries, like the Murder Inc. documentary that came on BET. Like that's what I love. Like just anything that has to do with just music or hip hop.
Okay, yeah, I feel that, man. I realize now that I'm older, the older I get, the more like things that I actually do for hobbies. It's like, no, well, I just do this and I do that. That's really about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like because I'm also from Vegas as well. And just quick question: what high school did you go to?
I went to two high schools. My first 2 years I went to Cheyenne, and my second 2 years I went to Durango.
Oh, okay. Because I went I went to Del Sol, got kicked out. I went to Green Valley, got kicked out, and then I ended up graduating from Votech.
Man, you was falling out in school,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah. See, I was wilding. It was a lot of fights and dumb things that I did when I was younger. But as I'm saying, like used to run the streets, and now not so much. I just do a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. That's
Yeah,
about it.
res- respect, man. That's growth.
Oh, big facts. That and I got kids, man. I got too much. I got too much stuff to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
But since you're an independent artist, right?
yep, yeah, yes, sir.
So so how did that come about, and how did it come about you starting your own label?
Um, really, just like as far as like labels, like I got in a situation to where um, you know, I was involved in a label, and they kind of they wanted me to do the type of music that they wanted me to do, but
Right.
I I I had my that's my thing, like with my music, like I'm gonna do like the type of that's one thing that I never like um anybody trying to tell me what to put me in any type of box. Like I never like to be put in a box of what type of music that I can do. Like I love to do music. One moment I might be listening. If I told you like who I really like listen to on a daily basis, like people would think I was really strange. But
Right.
like one moment I'll be listening to, some Jagged Edge of Darnell Jones. The other moment I'm listening to Tupac or Kevin Gates, or you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I make all types of music, R&B, rap, hip hop. I don't never want to just be confined to a certain type of music. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, with just starting my own label, I just felt more free. It gave me more freedom to just be my own artist, and do the type of music that I wanted to do.
that's
So
nothing but
just to have that freedom.
I got you. That's nothing but respect, man. Because having that freedom as an artist to me is a big thing because I know a lot of labels they try to confine you into a box or confine you of what they want you to do, so
Yeah,
you can get your sales and you kind of just ruin your artistic vision of what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
With me, it's like um a lot of people, and which I love, because I love J. Cole, I love Kendrick Lamar, I love Nipsey Hussle, like I love all of these type of artists that's like that, but they sometimes like a label, they'll put me in that box to where I'm just like
Right.
only doing that type of music. And it's like, no, I like G Herbo too. I like, who else? Like I said, Kevin Gates, or I like all different type of artists. So I never wanted to just be put in a box of this just lyrical, rapper, and that's all I could do. I can't do no R&B. I can't get no trap. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just want to be me. You know what I'm saying? I want to do. So
Yeah, I feel that. And I guess talk a little bit more about your label. What is it called?
say less, say less entertainment, and I end up coming up with say less because my last name is Sales,
Okay.
ILES. And coming up, a lot of people used to always say like, um, Anthony Say Less. Is it Say Less? Say Less? So I kind of just played off that, like with
Right.
Say Less. But me, it's like, a lot of people talk, and they don't really come through with what they talk about. So with me, it's just like I just like to say less and just do more and just show by action and just show through my work. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's pretty much the foundation of it, is just saying less and just doing more.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that, man. I really do. And can you tell me about your first performance? How did it go and how did it make you feel?
My first performance, you want to know my
Yeah.
first performance? Um,
Yeah, your first
if
actual just solo performance at that too.
I'll give you my first performance, man. And I never really told this story, but I'm gonna share this with you, right?
Alright, go.
Call this a performance too because it was. So high school, um, there's a dude in the cafeteria. He's a rapper or whatever, and one of my homies at the time, he decided to get me into this rap battle with this dude. Oh, I wasn't used to rap battling. I just like to rap. I just knew I could rap, and I could joke like I would clown like I could jog a bag back in the day. But he
Right.
ends up in this battle, right? And the whole cafeteria is watching. And when I say this is like I said, it's my first performance. I performed, and when I say the whole cafeteria, I got humiliated. I got really humiliated. Like the
Right.
dude, he was like up on Smack DVD, so he was up on how to battle rap and
Oh,
how to move. Like me, I wasn't up on that,
right.
So I got ate up, and I would consider that a performance because it was a performance. He performed, and I performed. People was throwing food at me, people booed me. You know what I'm
God
saying?
damn.
It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. At that point, a person could have um, easily walked away from that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I would look at that as my first solo performance. Like performing in church, that was with a group. Everything else was with a group. But like performing solo, like in front of people and like just showing my craft in front of people, that was the first time. And it went horribly wrong, but I still just something it propelled me forward. Like I just couldn't
right.
let that how I went out. I'm like, I can't go out like this. You feel me? So
Yeah.
that's what that's what still drives me, believe it or not, to this day to continue to perform and continue to do my thing. So I'm thankful for that.
Do you, do any rap battle or you just, just stay out of it now?
No, I definitely stay out of that now. Like that's
It's
not really um that's not
your lane?
Nah, that's not the lane I want to go into. I love it. I enjoy watching battle rap, you know, um, but that's definitely not the lane I would want to pursue. You know what I'm saying? Just because,
Yeah,
you know, I respect their craft. I respect, what they do. I feel like battle rap and what I do, that's two different things. Like a lot of people may think they could, what I'm saying, jump in that ring with them, but them dudes, that's their craft. That's what they do. So I
big
respect
fact.
never want to try to transition into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going halfway with it, So
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's a battle rap's a whole different beast. It's
yeah.
not just being lyrical, it's building up punchlines,
Hmm.
a lot of wordplay.
Yeah.
It's nasty. I love watching battle rap. It gets me going, you know what I'm
Who,
saying?
who's your favorite battle rapper?
Oh, that is tough, but Imma have to keep it OG and say Cassidy.
He hard. Cassidy is like, man, like he's definitely an inspiration. Like I would say, and I always forget to mention that. I'm glad that you brought that up. Like Cassidy definitely an inspiration and an influence with me.
Definitely.
And some of my like I'm not a battle rapper, but I'd have that influence in some of my songs. Like I could have the influence of a Cassidy or a battle rap, in some of my songs. I'm just not a
Mhm.
battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You can put some of that, influence and that style in your music, but you're
Yeah.
not gonna go out there and actually battle rap someone. I feel that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So we talked about your first performance. Now let's talk about your last performance. You, opened up for Joyner Lucas, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How how did that come about and how did that go?
Well, actually, um, if I'm being honest, I have a relationship with his manager, and when I was talking about the label thing, that's what I was kind of referring to.
Okay.
Joining label, and they flew me out and they signed me, and it didn't really go the way that we planned, but I reached out to his manager when I seen he was coming out here, and I'm just like, man, I think it'd be a good look if I did this with the city. and he was just like, okay, just but you have to go through the Tully app. I'd appreciate it if you went through the Tully app. So I downloaded the app and went through the app. And, he ended up pulling me in and just giving me that opportunity to bless the stage with Joyner, which I'm forever grateful for. You know what I'm saying? His name is Drew. Um, Man, their whole team, I believe, is just a phenomenal team. I'm pretty familiar with their team. So I think what they do is just very special, and I'm forever indebted to them for giving me that opportunity to do that.
Right, that's one dope opportunity. And how did the performance go?
Man, it went beautiful. It was kind of like the performance with my best friend when he hit that high note because backstage we like I'm fumbling with the mic, like, oh man, you want to go right now? Hey, it's kind in the door, and then he the door, and I just, hey, I just come popping out. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like that same thing with it was kind of that same thing with the high note. It was magic. That's how I would describe it. Definitely magic.
Got you. And just out of curiosities, what songs did you play?
I just did No Holds Barred, a song I got called No Holds Barred.
Okay. I definitely listened to that joint.
Yeah, yeah, I did that one because I felt like just to build up of the beat and just the beat drop, and I felt like that would be good for Joyner's fan base because I could see him doing something like that with the beat
Right.
build up, beat drop, and just what I'm saying. So it went over well. I think his fan base they enjoyed it.
Right. Well, that's good, man. It sounds like a dope performance. Wish I could have been there because I don't stay in Las Vegas no more, but if I was, I definitely would have been to that thing.
Love.
Um, but you pretty much said that you got in pretty much that position by networking, kind of knowing the right people, which is very big in the music game. How do you network with other artists and get them to work with you?
Um, well, I just try to just I try to show love, man. A lot of artists. I don't have too many features like that. I'm kind of I would say I'm kind of a loner when it comes to this game, right? I'm just trying to be honest um without throwing anybody under the bus. I'm just trying to be like completely transparent without throwing any other artists under the bus,
Yeah, I feel that.
and just this path that God has gave me. um I'm kind of a loner with it, so my part, I just try to play my part as far as just showing love and being humble to other artists when they do perform or they have music, or you know what I'm
Right.
saying. But yeah, if that answers your question, I don't know.
Yeah, no, no, it does, man. The LV Outcast, bro. I feel that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So with that being said, who in the city is someone that you would like to work with that you haven't?
Who in the city is somebody that I would like to work with? I would really actually like to work with Euros. I think Euros is pretty
Heroes.
tight. um who else is dope? I always wanted to work with Dizzy Wright, like, especially just when I was coming up. I always wanted to work with Dizzy Wright. I felt like we would make a dope collab. Um, you know, that's pretty much it. I would say. I looked up to the landlord, of course, coming up. Um,
You're right.
to Drew Price, like all these are people that I looked up to. But as far as like now, I would say, if I was when I'm not even gonna say if I'm gonna say when I do my like official, album, because I haven't did an
Mhm.
album. Everything that you've heard is pretty much mixtape. When I do my official album, I'm definitely gonna try to get some Vegas names on there, along with some industry names, and just put on for the city in that way, you know.
Right. I
So
feel that.
could get it with Dizzy Wright, Euros, or anybody like that. I think that'd be dope.
Definitely, definitely. I can only imagine it now. Who right now in the music game is being the most impactful in music right now?
Who do I like? In my opinion, do I think is the most impact to me, or like just in the game, like
Oh,
without?
in your opinion.
Well, in my life. the people that really influenced me and that really inspire me, I would have to say Kevin Gates and G Herbo. Kevin Gates and G Herbo. At first, and it's funny because at first I never was really into Kevin Gates. Like I thought he, because the my first my first introduction to him was the eating booty thing. So it's weird to me. Like, who is this dude? And I never really gave his music a shot because I thought that was just strange. I'm like, okay, this
Right.
is your thing. This is how you. But um, I ended up going through some things, and his music just ended up popping up on Pandora, and
Mhm.
I really got into his music. Like he really just is dope. Like so, Gates and G Herbo. I always just liked his. He's kind of like he gives you that battle rap intensity, like his rap, like how he be
Right.
going. He, you know what I'm saying? Like he give me
Yeah,
East Coast type. I've always been a big fan of East Coast music too, even though he's from the Midwest. I know, but he gives me that vibe of an East Coast battle rap, go hard type. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
for me, I would say like right now, and I know I'm missing somebody. Definitely Nipsey Hussle before he passed. Nipsey Hussle is one of my biggest inspirations.
Rest in
Just
peace.
moved his character, everything about Nip, definitely inspired me and still inspires me to this day. So I would say that's my top three for me.
Okay, I know what is it? Kevin Gates and G Herbo, they had to grow on me a little
Yeah,
bit because I wasn't fans at first, and
yeah,
then it kind of just grew on me, and it was weird. Like right now, I was not a fan of Lil Durk, and like now I'll be bumping his shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
yeah.
and like he just grew on me where if I wanna get pumped up of some sort, like that's something I would listen to just if I'm about to go ride on a nigga or like if I'm about to get in a fight, that's something I'm gonna
That
plug into and get
dirt,
ready for.
that
Yeah.
dirt, that one of his songs that I play probably every day is "This Ain't What You Want." I just feel like the the beat to that, like the intensity behind that, just really gives me some energy to just keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? So I always love that beat to that. This ain't what you want. Like I'll probably end up remixing it one day. I don't know. Much love to everybody doing their thing, like all the new artists. Much love, man.
Definitely, definitely. All right, man. That's the end of my basic questions, bro. You ready to get into these rapid questions?
Let's go. Let's
All right.
go.
What is one of your biggest pet peeves?
Oh, damn. Because I got a couple, man.
Go ahead. Say them.
Somebody cutting me off and driving too slow. Somebody driving too slow in front of me is a major pet peeve. Um, Dang, now that you said, every time somebody asks me that, I never could think of them. But when they happen, it just be like, oh, okay, this is what I hate. This is one thing that just drives my brain and it drives me
Uh-huh.
crazy. It's my number one pet peeve. When it's a four-way stop, right? One of the cars goes a little bit and I start to go a little bit, and then they stop and they both keep going and going a little bit and stop. And then you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
drives me crazy. And then I start let them go, but they don't go, and then I start to go and they go a little bit. Like that just it drives me insane. It drives me crazy.
I would have been like, fuck it, I'm going.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm
But
like,
then when
fuck
I
it, I'm
start to
going.
go, they start to go. Like so it's like, ugh, just go, man. I'm going crazy about that. Man, just go. Like you feel me? So that's definitely my biggest pet peeve, man.
All right. Would you rather drink sour milk or rotten eggs? And this is a cup of milk or one egg. Which one?
Definitely sour milk. I can't do the egg. The egg, that a rotten egg, the smell of that. Oh, I'm gonna have to go with the sour milk.
I just
Even
imagine the chunks that go down your throat when you drink sour milk, and like
ugh,
that makes me cringe. You know what I'm saying? Like that is both
all
of them
of
are
that, like
disgusting.
that's too terrible. But the smell, I think I could deal with the smell more than the egg thing, because eggs are that's probably like one of the worst, like foulest smell, like a rotten, like that's a foul smell, man. So. I'm gonna have to go with the milk on that one.
All right. What is your dream car?
My dream car is a G wagon. No,
G wagon. G wagon.
I'm gonna have to go with the G wagon, navy blue G wagon.
All right. KFC or Popeyes?
Popeyes for sure. KFC used to have it back in the day. I don't know what they did. They switched it up. They used to have the different flavors. They had the barbecue. They had you know,
Facts. I remember
they
that barbecue used to smack
they
way back
met
when.
hard. They that used to be on point. But I'm gonna definitely go with Popeyes because they got that chicken sandwich that still be hidden. You feel me? And they make
Facts.
meat and cheese be pretty on point as well. So I'm gonna go with that Popeyes for sure.
All right. What is your pump up song?
Man, like I said, this ain't what you want. That beat come on, I'll be like, okay, we gone. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely my go-to. Either that or G Herbo by any means.
Okay. What is your favorite subject in school and why?
My favorite subject in school was definitely English because it just taught me like words. Like it taught me how to use words too. So I always did exceptionally well in English.
Okay. Would you rather have superpowers or be super rich?
Superpowers for sure. Well, I feel like humans already have superpowers. Superpowers, because if you got superpowers, you're gonna be rich. You're
Super
gonna be
rich.
you know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
That's some good logic right there. That's some good logic. What was your worst job and why?
What was my worst job? Denny's. That was actually my first job. I was 17 and I hated the smell of that kitchen, man. Like smelling that in the morning, every morning, smelling that just
Mhm.
made my stomach turn. Like, oh, I couldn't do it. I had to get up out of there. Feel me?
You don't fuck with them rotten eggs, bro. You you
Uh-uh,
probably
none
smelt them too
of that.
much.
That is tough on the stomach, like especially in the morning. I had a morning. My shift was in the
Mhm.
morning. Just smelling that. Oh, I still can't Denny's because of that. You feel me? No disrespect to Denny's, much love, but man,
Said, "I just couldn't do it." I feel that, man.
I couldn't
Uh
do it.
Name 5 people you will invite to your dinner party, dead or alive. Explain why each person.
Um, Nipsey Hussle for sure because I just I never got to meet him, and that's always been a person that I wanted to meet, and I thought that I would be able to cross paths with. I feel like he just got certain game on things, and that's
Definitely.
always been a person that I wanted to meet. You said dead or alive,
Yeah, dead or alive.
so Nipsey Hussle will be one. Tupac will be another one because I feel like I never got to meet him either, and he just the way his view on certain things was. I just thought, I always looked up to him. I always looked up to Pac. So it'd be Nip, Pac, Damon Dash. I really respect Damon Dash as a businessman. I like how he's
Definitely.
just independent. Does no matter what, he just sticks to who he is and what he does. So definitely Dame Dash. Um, who else do I really like? It? My 50 Cent. I'm gonna have 50 Cent up there because I admire 50 Cent. He went through a lot of things and he still
Right.
to move forward. So I have 50 Cent at that table. Um, who else do I really admire? Um, and of course, I gotta go with Nas because Nas is my favorite rapper of all time. It always goes from Nas to Pac to Nas to Pac. I always don't know one, so I would definitely, what I'm saying, I'm gonna say both of my favorite rappers. So Nas have to be the fifth person for sure.
I'm not mad at you. I feel like every artist that you named could give you like free game up a storm, you know what I'm saying? That could teach you about the game, teach you about business, life.
Yeah,
So you can get a lot of advice from them.
yeah.
Uh, what would their what would the title of your autobiography be?
The title of my autobiography would be "A Way Out of No Way."
Okay, I fucks with it.
A way.
What is your karaoke song?
Um, what is my karaoke song?
What is your go-to?
"Fill Me In" by Craig David. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Oh, That's
See,
definitely not what
like you would never know what I'll be playing. Like I like
exactly, that's not what I was expecting at
exactly
all.
Craig David. I'm gonna break. I'm gonna know every word. Like I'm gonna go hard singing it too. Like that's my favorite song of all time.
Alright, what is the best part about performing?
Man, the magic that happens when you get on stage, not knowing what's gonna happen, not knowing what you're gonna say, it's always some type of magic that can happen. Like when I got on stage, I was so nervous. Well, every time I get on stage, I'm very nervous, but a different part of me comes out, like it just out of nowhere, and I don't even expect it. It'd be throwing me like, what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? I'll
Right,
be
yeah,
nervous and at first, but then I hit that stage like and just turn into a different person. So I would say the magic.
okay. And do you believe in fate?
Of course. Yes, sir.
What is
Yeah.
one of your hidden talents?
My hidden talent. That's a good question, man. Because um, being able to bring people together and no matter where they're from or like what type of music they do, and make something of that. Like I'll explain. Like with the my project, the Say Less project, a
Right,
lot of artists are so not the same at all. But in the studio, I was able to bring them together and make a cohesive project, even though they didn't even want to. Like I had one dude, I look at him as a little brother. So Frank, there was a song, and I mean, this man, I had to literally fight with him, like to rap it, because he's like, man, it's not my type of beat. This is not my type of this, that. I'm like, say these words, say this, and he's just like, and then I came, like the way it happened was magic. He was just like, oh, I like that. That's tight. Like I had to really do that. You know what I'm saying? So being able to
right,
being able to make magic out of and bring people together, especially in that studio, and to be able to bring two different people. Like I could bring a Lil Durk and a Kendrick Lamar on a song and make a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's one of my hidden talents.
Alright, name one song that reminds you of your childhood.
Fill me in by Craig David.
Okay.
That's because like 2002, I would say is my favorite year. 2001, 2002. So that's why I love that song so much because it really reminds me of a innocent part of my life, a part of my life where um, I didn't have so much stress and I was really able to just be a child, be a kid. You
I
know,
feel that.
so definitely that.
Alright, have you ever been slapped in the face? If so, if you do not mind, why?
Man, my mama smacked the hell out of me. Man, my mama smacked me so hard. Um, because my sister, we did music, and coming up, um I just gotta say this is a very good interview, by the way, because I've never been asked these questions. I'm digging this, man.
Oh,
um
thank you, thank you.
nah, for real, you good at what you do. My mama smacked me, right, because with my music, right, I always tried to involve my sister in it. My sister can sing, she's my older sister, and we actually started music together as kids, and I always would involve her in it. And my mom, I remember one time, we was young, and I don't even know what made me say this to my mom. And I love my mom. I've never came out of my mouth to like this before, but I was so frustrated with her because she didn't understand my vision. She didn't understand what I was trying to
Right,
do, and I was trying to get my sister to do something with music. I was pushing her with music and trying to get her to. I can't even remember what it was, but I remember my mama saying, I actually I can't even remember what it was, but um I don't even want to say what I said to my mom because you
you
know what?
you
I'll
said
say what
something wrong.
I say. What, forget it. So my mom, she frustrated me because she was like, everybody never understood the dream. They thought that it was a nightmare, really, and they thought that I was wasting my time, and they thought that you know,
Mhm,
um, they just couldn't stand it. Like they couldn't stand me trying to, especially involve my sister in it. So my mom one day was just like, and then you gonna have your sister doing this and doing that. She said something. I was so frustrated because in my mind, it's like I'm trying to help my sister. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
put, I'm trying to motivate her. I said, well, actually, mom, I can't even think of what I said. Some. So you can find another way to be an a-hole. And
Ooh.
she smacked the I she smacked the fire out of me, and I was so upset. She kicked me out the house, and yeah, that's one time I've been smacked hardly, and I apologize to my mom for that. I still to this day I respect my mom, but I was so frustrated because I felt like she was being so mean to me, and all I was trying to do was help my sister, and follow my dream. So
I feel like every black man got a story with their mom slapping the shit or
man,
punching the shit out of him.
my mom smacked me so hard.
You over
Real
there reminiscing and having some, you about to have some nightmares about it. Watch.
man. Telling you, you just gave me a flashback just now. You just gave me a flashback, man. No,
All
it's all,
right. What is one of your worst habits?
one of my worst habits is smoking weed,
Oh, definitely. We'll definitely get into
smoke,
that.
smoke Black and Miles. Like on a K, I don't smoke like a lot of Black and Miles, but I used to smoke cigarettes. But I cut the cigarettes out, and now it's just like every once in a while I'll hit a Black and Mild when I'm feeling way too stressed to handle. So I'll
Right.
just hit every once. I'm not like a super Black and Mild head smoking, and I don't even smoke that much weed. It's just that's one of my habits that I feel like is a habit.
Got you. What was one of the first CDs or tapes you ever bought?
One of the first CDs or tapes I ever bought, actually, the first CD that I bought was Cassidy. I'm a hustler.
I'm a hustler, homie. I'm a
I'm a,
hustler. I'm a
bought
hustler.
that,
Yeah.
bought that Wayne, that Lil Wayne. I bought both those CDs actually. I bought Lil Wayne, the Carter. I think it was the Carter Two, whatever one where he's in front of that big. I don't know if it's a Bentley or whatever he's in front of. It's a gray background, but I think that's the Carter Two. It is the Carter Two.
Okay.
Cassidy, I'm a hustler.
All right. What is a motto that you live by?
Um, a model that I live by is a man. It's not about what a man has. It's about what a man can go about without. What a man has is not important. It's not important, but yeah, that's pretty much it. To me, it's like not what a man has, but what a man can go without.
I feel that. I feel that wholeheartedly. What is one irrational thing that you're scared of?
A rational thing that I'm scared of. Like, what do you mean?
Like, I'll give an example. This is one of my irrational things, and this is my first time ever saying it on my show.
For sure.
And my wife knows this. So, like, slipping, like falling in the shower. It's like one of my irrational fears, right? It's like
Oh man,
slipping when it's like wet, like it's wet and it's like on concrete or something, like at the pool. Like I am scared for myself, for my kids. Every time we go to a pool, I don't even like to go swimming because of it.
man, this is
But
a good
that's one of my irrational fears that I have.
man. I would have to say falling down the stairs, even though it's happened to me before, but just like moving too fast and just having like a complete wipe out on the stairs, like definitely would have that. You know what I'm saying? That just
I
pain
feel that.
for real.
I have definitely fallen in the shower plenty of times, and like I see my life flash before my eyes while I fall, and I used to like brace myself, but now I just let it happen. I'm
Is
just
it
like,
like a
oh, here I
slow?
go.
Is it a slow fall or is it pretty fast?
Oh
Is
no, well
slow ones?
it's been both. Honestly, it's been both. But like them slow falls, man, it's trying to catch yourself. Nah,
Just
I just let
slow
it
mo?
happen now.
Man, I don't think I ever fell in the shower, man. I don't think that's ever happened to me, man. That isn't. I would have to say that's a new one. I'd have to go with yours, man. That's a new one because that's tough, tough, man. For
It's
real.
that, and then like my wife's an asshole, right? She'll like put baby oil in there just to just to fuck with me, and I'm like, whoa, whoa.
That's tough. That's tough, man. That it. Man, I would definitely have to say that's my new one. It was the stairs, but that's gonna have to take the cake, man. That's cake for
All right,
real.
man. That's the end of my rapid questions, man. Thank you for participating in that. Definitely learned a lot about you. That shit made me laugh.
I
Got some
love
tears in my eyes.
love that. I love those, man. That's dope. That's dope.
All right, we can get into Paint the Sky, man. What was the inspiration behind this? Because you definitely snapped on this joint.
Thank you, man. I would have to say, um, my mom calling me actually, and asking me if I could ever stop smoking. No, not even asking me that. Just saying, son, maybe you should try something. Put it on my heart to call you and tell you maybe you should try to stop smoking weed. She just flat out told me like that, and then I thought to myself, I'm like, because I'm the type of person to where if somebody calls me with something like that in their mind, I'm not going to get defensive. I'm going to really hear it out and be like, okay, could I stop smoking weed? If I
Mhm.
tried. So that was really the inspiration. That phone call with my mom calling me and saying, son, maybe it's time to just let that go, let that part of your life go. And then it's been with me. So that's been just a battle I've been struggling with, like an addiction I've been struggling with, is just quitting weed because I love smoking. Like, I love smoke coming out of my mouth. I love blowing it out of my nose. I love making clouds. I love the feeling of smoking. Like, I just love smoking. But I do also know that too much of anything is not good. So it's not to downplay or to, talk down on people who do like to smoke. I just know for me, I have to get
Mhm.
some control of it to where I'm not doing it every single day. So
Yeah, I feel that. I used to, just like you, be addicted to cigarettes, and then I quit because my wife told me I couldn't quit. So just to prove her wrong, I quit.
yeah,
And and now that I'm out the military and I live in a state where weed is legal, I smoke
yeah,
of
yeah.
like of a thorn.
Like, there's nothing. And with me, it was just like I realized that it was beginning to be it was like I just kept getting signs like I'm an artist, right? Like I said, I keep
Mhm.
everything real. So my income comes from streaming music, and I was driving Uber too. And
Okay.
driving Uber, and I got a complaint. I end up getting fired from Uber and Lyft because I got a complaint that my car smelled like weed. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
we begin to be it began to be a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then my mom called me with that. And then I'm just like, okay, I get it. I get the signs that, maybe I should not quit because I love weed, but I need to get some control over it. You feel me? So like I
Right.
said, weed smokers, man, I'm right there I love it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But if you feel like, it's consuming your life, you do have to get some control, gain that control back.
Definitely. And all right, man, we're gonna get into the song so the people can hear it, so they know what we talking about. Because they probably like, what? What do you mean weed? What's wrong with weed? And they'll get
Nah,
what we talking about.
I smoke weed to get by, I can't deny. I smoke weed, I get high and paint the sky. Oh na 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 na. I smoke weed to get by, I can't deny. I'm blowing that tree, I'm smoking that dosha. I'm rolling some mo up. I'm starting to look at the homies like, hold up. I'm losing composure. Don't know who to trust, my mind get to racing. I'm feeling complacent, like why ain't I past this phase of blazing? Had every occasion, but fucking no time to think, just this shit in rotation. Don't fuck up the pace. Get out of your head, take two to the face. I'm floating away, I'm high as shit. Don't know who to trust. I'm out of this. I smoke weed to get by, I can't deny. I smoke weed, I get high and paint the sky. Oh na 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 na.
Definitely gonna have to do some edits to that, but man, that song smack.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
Mama called and
Yeah,
said,
man. But
son,
we can
could
get
you
into the
quit if
lyrics
you
of it
need it?
because I got some questions. You know what I'm saying? So right here, go ahead, rap it for the people.
You want me to do the first verse? Oh, right here. I smoke
Yeah,
weed,
yeah,
get high. I can't deny. I smoke weed. I get high and paint the sky.
yeah. So I guess what did you mean by like you paint the sky?
Like the clouds, like I put clouds in the air. Like I paint the sky with the weed smoke. You know what I'm saying? And all
Okay,
like I get high, I paint the sky, and I get creative because smoking weed does bring out a creative side of me as well. So that's pretty much what I meant just by being an artist and I paint the sky with the weed smoke. That's why the clouds
right.
is there. So yeah.
Yeah, is that and like I smoke weed to get by. I got a brother and he's a huge pothead. He used to not be, but he's a functional high. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of times he uses that as a crush to get by.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people do that.
And that's what my problem was. That's why I said, like, that's what if you're not using it as a crutch, if you're smoking and everything's good in your life and you good and you satisfied with that, that's not a problem. But if you using it to like escape reality, that's when it's becoming a problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Big facts. Big facts. And these next lyrics, go ahead, rap it for the people.
I'm starting to look at the homies like, hold up, I'm losing composure. Don't know who to trust. My mind get to racing. I'm feeling complacent. Um, so yeah, like just smoking like around a bunch of people, like I begin to get like I was just talking really like when I smoke around a lot of people, I don't get too paranoid because like I'm a smoker, so I just be chilling, tell you the truth. But a part of this song is kind of speaking from somebody else's perspective as well, too.
Right.
Know people who do get paranoid when they get around a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And they lose their composure. They get to their mind get to racing, and and then they get to overthinking everything. Like, damn, am I a failure? Am I this? Am I that? Like, why am I still in this phase of always smoking and you know what I'm saying? Just having all
Right.
those while smoking around people. So that's pretty much where I was getting like touching on with that.
Got you. Yeah, man. That's me. I used to not get so paranoid. And it's not like I don't get paranoid around people. It's just be like I'll be laying in bed alone and I'm like, did I hear something? Am I
Yeah,
tripping? Did I lock all the doors?
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Mine can
like,
get to
that's yeah, mine get to racing. That's me now. And like when I'm around people, it's cool. I'm chill,
yeah.
chill. I actually get extra quiet. You want me to get talkative? Like get some drinks into me. And then I'm
Yeah,
going butt wild.
yeah. No, man. That's pretty much like I said. I'm speaking from my experience and just trying to speak from anybody else who might have that same experience or going through that.
Definitely. And these next lyrics right here.
Like why haven't I passed? Like why ain't I passed this phase of blazing at every occasion? But fuck it, no time to think. Just you know what I'm saying. The shit in rotation. Don't fuck up the pace. Get out of your head. Take two to the face. Um. Okay. Let me say this again. Like, why ain't I past the phase of blazing at every occasion? But fucking no time to think because your mind is racing and all that, but then the blunt's still in rotation. So you just like you thinking all this thing, and then like, oh, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? And then you
Yep.
hit it again. Don't fuck up the pace. Get out of your head, man. If you told one of your homies, like, man, I'm high, I'm thinking too much, I'm pretty sure they'll tell you, like, man, get out of your head, man. Here, take two to the face. You feel you thinking too much. Just smoke some
Fact.
more. Get out, you overthinking it, man. Just keep, what I'm saying, just chill out. You feel me? So that pretty much was, the basis of that. Just like I said, tapping into somebody else that like in my mind, like this is all taking place and I'm at a party and I'm thinking all this in my head and I'm like, no time to think. Here come the blunt. It's in rotation. Don't fuck up the pace, we all vibing. You gonna fuck up the whole rotation.
Yeah.
Smokey say he fucking up the rotation.
Big
So
facts. You sitting there, you don't want to fuck up the vibe and everything.
exactly,
And
exactly.
yeah,
So
I feel that. And these next lyrics right here.
oh damn, my bad. My addiction, I feed them for the trauma untreated. and to fight off these demons when I'm feeling defeated. I mean, I'm a goner and I can't help but the weed store on every corner. So yeah, that pretty much I was tapping into what I was talking about with my mom when she called me, like, you know what I'm saying? My addictions, I feed them for this trauma untreated, kind of just like using it as a crutch because I don't want to think about these past situations and these past times that I've been through. So, when I don't have enough strength to fight them with a sober mind, I end up smoking. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And then I'm a goner and I can't help it's a weed store on every corner. They made weed legal, and it seems like it is a weed store. Damn, it ain't a problem getting no weed these days. You gonna find,
facts.
you know what I'm saying? You gonna find that. You feel me? So that's pretty much what I was getting at with that. Let me ask you, man, where do you live now?
I live in Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so it's weed. It's legal out there.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Like
legal here.
that's like one of the first places they made it legal, right?
Yep.
So yeah, yeah, like you know what I'm saying, it's a weed store on every corner. Like, and anybody who's coming in like from a city to where it's legal, I'm pretty sure it's like they have that everywhere now. It's not too hard to find. Whereas back in the day, like you had to hit up a dealer, and dealers back in the day they used to take long, play games. And, nowadays it's not so hard to get. So that's pretty much what I meant by that.
Definitely not that hard. Like weed out here is like a McDonald's. You can find one at every corner.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's definitely what I meant by that.
All right, and these next bars,
Fuck you expect? I'm fucking depressed. My life is a wreck. I'm stuck in this debt. I can't trust a soul. I'm clutching this tech. I'm broke with nothing but a bunch of regrets. Like I said, that goes for my mom. Like when my mom called and was just like, I think you should stop. Like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what do you expect? I'm stuck in this debt. I'm depressed. My life is a wreck. Like,
right,
I have a bunch of regrets. Like, you know what I'm saying? And also, like I said, I was speaking on the behalf of somebody else who may be going through that as well, that
right,
feels, man, I'm depressed, like, so I'm just going to what you expect from me. Like, look at the world, all these problems going on in the world. What do you really expect me to do? Like, I can't trust nobody. You know, um, I got all these regrets. I might as well just smoke it away. You feel me? That's just speaking from another person's perspective and mine at the time too, but
right,
pretty diving deep into and being transparent with my fans about what I'm going through.
right. And I feel like everyone has done it to a certain extent. Maybe not just with weed, but with alcohol or some other type of unhealthy way to cope. That
Yeah,
something we do just to kind of get by, just to kind of make it through the day or something. Might go to work, had a long day, had a hard day at work, come home, have a glass or 8, of wine or something.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I get it. Like I feel like we've all been there before.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
All right, and these last bars right here.
Used to look at niggas like they was dumb when they brought the shit to school with them. Now I can't go a day without it. Sometimes reality sucks, and I just want to find my way around it. Back in school, man, going to Cheyenne. Cheyenne was a hood school. You know what I'm saying? Niggas used to be up there turned up. Um, and I used to really look at like me and my best friend, the one I was in the choir with. We used to look at dudes like they was dumb when they was bringing the weed to school. Like, you guys is what are you doing? Like, we judge them. I remember like dude used to come. His name was Blueberry. You feel me? Big dude, big chunky dude. He used to come in there smelling like weed. I used to look at this dude like you stink. You feel me? Like this is like I judged him. Like, and who would have knew like years down the line, like I'm doing the same thing. So that was pretty much me saying, like, I used to look at niggas like they were dumb when they did this. Now look at me, I can't go a day without it. So that just showed me like, I can't judge or place no judgment on anybody who's doing that. And that's why I continue to say, like, if you smoke weed, you feel me? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging that. I'm just saying this is just a song of me speaking from my perspective on what it's done with me in my life. You feel me?
Right.
And damn, I'm on 10%. I just had to let you know because I don't want it to cut off on you.
No,
Um,
we're good.
Sometimes reality sucks and I just want to find my way around it. And that's just pretty much like I said, using it as a crutch. Like, to get out of reality, and then I say, but it ain't no way around it. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because once
Yeah.
you get down off that high, the more and more you do that, the more and more you got to deal with once you finally have to come down off that high. And what if weed ain't around forever and people have to really be left with having to come off? It's like you're gonna have so much to deal with once you really have to come back to reality, because there is no way around it. You're gonna have to deal with it some way or another. And the more that you just continue to smoke, and to like I said, for people who smoking to find their way around reality, the more
Right.
hard it's gonna become. So that's pretty much what I was getting at with that.
Big facts. And like I was saying earlier, like before we pretty much press record, is that it gives me the Kendrick vibes of, drink. And it sounds like a drinking song, but it's really not a drinking song, just
Yeah,
like this sounds like a smoking song, but it's not really a smoking song.
yeah, yeah. Man, I love that you noticed that, bro. Like when I say that means so much to me, because that was my main. Like when I heard it, that's what I thought, and that's how
Right.
I. I'm like, I wanted to make something that people could vibe to, but it has an underlining meaning to it. Like you vibe into it, but because some people don't listen to lyrics, so they might just hear "I smoke weed," but then one day they might hear it and be like, "Hold on, what is he really saying? Like, what is this song?"
Exactly.
Down. He break these lyrics down. I feel like Kendrick Lamar, he did a spectacular job, man, at making that song pull up, drank. You know what I'm saying? Because that has a message in it, but you still could turn up to it.
Yep.
It's a fine message. And for an artist to be able to do that is just very creative. So the fact that you was able to understand what I was trying to convey, man, that means so much to me as an artist. Like that's just probably the biggest compliment I could get. Period.
Yeah, bro. You hit the bullseye on that one if that was the whole goal of it.
Thank you, man. Thank you for real. Thank you.
But that is pretty much the last of the lyrics that pretty much stood out to me. Is there any lyric that stood out to you?
Um, okay. Mama called and said, "Son, could you quit if you need it?" Hell no, ma, I'm weeded. Like you wouldn't believe it. Um, Yeah, that's probably my favorite part when I come in and I say, Mama called us, because it's true. Mama called and said, "Son, could you quit if you need it?" Hell no, ma, I'm weeded. Like you wouldn't believe it. Um, so yeah, like just her calling me and me, that's what my mindset was at right now. Because when she called me, I was high and said that. Hell no, mama, I'm weeded right now. Like you wouldn't feel me. So that was another thing that stood out. But everything that you highlighted was definitely like that was just like the major parts. So
Okay.
I think you did your thing with that. Just like with really analyzing those lyrics and bringing them out like that. I think you did your thing for the most part with that.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And all right, man, you ready to get in these hot 16s? I know you kind of on a time crunch.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. I'm a spit a old verse.
Go ahead.
This is one of my favorite verses. I said, "Man, fuck it, I'm going all out. Show no mercy. Not a single rapper gets starred out. Y'all gonna feel me. In the city is where you find me, nigga. Ain't hard to tell. I got some momentum behind me, nigga. I can't fail. But even though the flow's a fish show, I'm still broke as shit though. Lost and often pissed off cause I'm pissed po. But before
Mm.
I my mouth to ask for handouts, I solemnly swear to stand on my own 10 toes. Even though I'm at the verge of breaking down at this very fucking moment, I bet it look all good on the outside, don't it? Thinking you know me, don't be so sure. You never fully understand what goes on behind closed doors. Like I know my wife, he more than likely think I'm losing it, spending all this motherfucking money on this music shit. Trying to up to something what my plans is. All these mouths to feed, and I'm out here taking chances. Um, that was one of my verses that I spit over one of Nas's songs. It's Street Dreams are made up things.
Allowed to
Yeah,
disagree. Yeah.
flipped that up and I did I can't even remember the chorus right now. My mind just went blank. But pretty much the song's called Closed Doors. And it was pretty much just saying like you never understand what goes on behind closed doors. Like, you might see somebody and they might look like they got it all together, but you don't know what they're going through behind those closed doors. So that was one of my favorite raps that I spit. So I just thought I'd share with y'all, man.
Oh man, that's hella dope. I'll definitely put that song link down there in the description.
Yes, sir. Closed doors. Yes, sir.
So how about you shout out your social media so people know where to find you?
Man, you can find me at Jamar Anthony, JAMAARANTHONY on Instagram, also on YouTube as well. I usually those are the two platforms that I really just stick to. Um so yeah, that's pretty much, and Spotify, you could just it's just Jamar, because that's my the name I go by, like as far as music, it's just Jamar. So JAMAAR, for Spotify and for Apple Music or whatever you may use to do your streaming. But I appreciate every single stream. I'm talking about every single stream. I very much so appreciate. So love, man.
So also, how about you tell us any upcoming projects that you have, upcoming shows, events?
Right now, I'm really just focused on um just releasing singles. So you're probably going to see some more singles coming. I do have a project in mind that I'm working on that I believe is going to be groundbreaking. I don't want to give up the name of that right now because I just like once I drop it, I want everybody to be tuned in. And I want it to kind of be a surprise. That's how I've always been as an artist. It's like I kind of like to surprise everybody with what I'm gonna do. So I do have a project that I'm gonna be dropping next year. So be on the lookout out for that because it's gonna be very groundbreaking, and it's also gonna just be telling about like real life, just like Paint the Sky, like just things like that, just talking about my real life experiences. So tune in.
Definitely gonna definitely gonna stay tuned in for that, man. Definitely tap in with my man's over here, hella dope. I know you heard them lyrics, I know you heard them bars, but last question, man. What is your goal in the music industry?
Man, my goal in the music industry is to bring back the feeling of just of real music. Not, I won't say that because that takes away from everybody who's doing their thing now. Because there's a lot of real music, but when I was coming up, um, it was a feeling that I had, in the early
The
2000s, late 90s.
nostalgia, like
Yeah,
the nostalgia of like 90s, early 2000s type
exactly.
music.
Exactly. If my goal is to just bring back that feeling to where people were like, when Dipset came out, or like I said, with Murder Inc. or G Unit, or when all these people first came out, it was a feeling, that they brought to the game. Even Rockefeller, Jay Z, like any Death Row, like all these Bad Boy, all these labels, they brought a certain feeling with them, and that's just something that I would love to do, is just bring back that nostalgia, um, and just bring it, but also do something new. You know what I'm saying? That's never been done
Feel that.
before. So that's my main goal, is to mix the old with the new and just make my own style, my own sound, my own way. You
I
feel?
feel that. You got any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Man, all I got to say is, man, you all right with me, man. I appreciate what you do. It was I enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed it. And yeah, man, just stay tuned with me. Stay tuned and locked in. Whoever's watching this, just continue to watch me grow, and just stay tuned.
Definitely, we definitely be staying tuned, man. Cause like I said earlier, you hella talented.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And but we gonna get up out of here. So like, comment, subscribe to Lyrical Minds. Until next time, deuces.